Morgan Beadlescomb, your guy, my guy, the Big Ten's own, man, they invited him to the party and he showed up and he wasn't just satisfied to be there. There was a moment, I think, with 3 laps to go
He made a
when he
move.
like he makes a move, he like cuts in and he's basically saying, "Hey, you guys thought this was all about Hawker and Tier? No, that's not the case." And he didn't, went at that point, fell back and ran 352, but 352 for a collegiate runner is insane. Yeah, here's the move right here. We're showing it. Passes. This was not in the script ahead of time. Literally nobody had Morgan Beadlescomb moving up on Cole Hawker's outside in the final stages of this race. And again, he fell back ultimately. But what is that? Like 2 laps to go there? Lap
Yeah,
to
there's
go?
400 meters to go. Yeah. No, I think that's a lap
Yeah.
to go, maybe. That's a lap to go.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a lap to go. No one had that. Nobody had that coming into this race. So credit to him. What I want to know, when you take his 352, which is number 4 collegiate mark all time behind the Oregon triumvirate of Tier Hawker and Cheserek, when you take that and you combine it with his 3K, I know there's been a lot of impressive men's distance performances on the collegiate side of things. Nagoose we'll talk about in a little bit, but is Beadlescomb having the best distance season right now, Gordon?
Well, I mean, the person that would challenge him would be Yared Naguse, right? Because
Mhm.
he would be the person to. Well, before we talk about that, let's show this right now. Morgan Beadlescomb never broke 4 in a mile. And then he runs 352.
Yeah, it wasn't a miler though. I think he could have broken
I know,
4.
but he ran the mile like this year in January, ran 4:01 in a Michigan meet. But like this has got to be one of the fastest ever sub 4 debuts ever, right?
Mhm.
Because normally you run 359 and then you run 356 and then you're running your 350s. This guy, hey, I never broken 4. Goes from 4:01 to 352. Anyway, I think that's incredible. Yeah, but yeah, back to the question of Beadlescomb. There's 100% an argument for it. There is an argument that Beadlescomb is the best distance athlete right now.
Mhm.
Obviously, Yara Nagus will have something to say about that. I think Abdi Habib Nur is low key having
Mhm.
a really good season because he just ran a 740 3K this year. He ran a 740 3K at UW. He's run a 350
Yeah.
something mile. So I would put Nur and Nagus as kind of the challengers, but Beadlescomb, I mean, 352 is no joke. And he's put together a good 3K. I mean, obviously, again, this is going to be one of those things similar to the whole Paul Chelimo thing is you're going to give a bias to the person who's done it at the championship level, like a Yard Nagoose, who
Yeah.
we know has done it multiple times. Beadlescomb doesn't have that NCAA victory he can point to, but he does have these 2 races, the Millrose race and this 352 against, what was an American record mile attempt. And he
Yeah.
he looked like he belonged, right? Like
Yeah.
he was in it for up until the final like 100 meters. So
Mhm.
yeah, there's an argument for it, but that's all it is right now. It's just an argument. But hey, it's hard to be in the argument when you're going up against someone like Yard Nagoose. So it's very
Yeah.
impressive. He's a 6-year senior or something like that, and
Mhm.
um, he's gonna. I'm excited. I wonder what he's gonna do. I'm guessing he's gonna do the mile 3K. But that means
Mhm.
if he does the mile 3K, he's not going to be as fresh for the 3K. Part of me feels
Mhm.
like he may want to do like, I'm going all in on the 3K, let, just be the freshest of fresh and try to just really focus on that. But I don't know because he doesn't have a 5K qualifier right now. I mean, if you're his coach, what are you telling him to do? Obviously, he has the options of mile, 3K, and 5K. What are you telling him
Well,
to
I
do?
predicted him to win the 5K, but that didn't look like it's going to happen. So my first inclination would be have him run the 5K so that way I can be right. But since that's not his priority, nor should it be, yeah, I double up. I do
Double
mile
up.
3K. Why can't he win the mile?
Ilya Kipsang's pretty good.
Morgan Beadlescomb's pretty good too. I mean, I think he can win
I
the
know.
mile. I think he can. I think he can. I think that might actually end up being more navigable than the 3
Then winning a
if
3K.
Yared
Yeah.
if Yared is who we think Yared's going to be. And Yared looked
I
very
mean,
Yared over the weekend, Gordon.
broke the collegiate record. That's true. I
Yes.
mean, It's probably easier to win a race that doesn't have the collegiate record runner holder in it than one that does.
But
So
I would give myself 2 chances. I would give myself
yeah,
2 chances, and I think
mile
he'll be able
3K.
to recover in time. He's a veteran, logged a lot of miles. All right, we're gonna go back to Yared in a second, but first let's